I am a fake redhead of 5 years, and here is what I've learned. So, for starters, I am naturally a level 7 blonde. It's probably like on the dirtier blonde side, but it's in that weird in between where it's not as bright as I used to be, but it's also not brunette. I honestly, at this point, wish it was brunette because I just would rather it be something rather than in between. Anyways, it first started with 5 years ago, I moved to LA. So, knowing this, knowing that I'm moving to a very expensive city full of a lot of hot people, I wanted to do something that could save money. I realized that I was gonna have to say goodbye to my hair girl, where I'm originally from, and that LA prices for getting my hair done would be insane. So I realized I didn't want to compete with every other blonde in this damn city, and I also didn't want to pay outrageous prices. So I said, fine, I'm gonna find something that I can maintain on my own. So I naturally just gravitated towards red. I think growing up blonde and having that be like, if you grow up blonde, it's like such a weird part of your identity for no reason at all. It's just something that people are always commenting, mentioning, whatever. So naturally, it gets engraved into like your reward system that like being blonde is a good thing because you're always being praised about it. And it just kind of makes you feel like you need to have some type of hair color that's special. That could be a very loaded subject. I'm not going to get into it. But, anyways, I think I wanted something that was still unique that wasn't blonde. So I naturally gravitated towards red. I've been so many shades of red at this point. Originally, I wanted to start out with like a strawberry blonde, and then it just kind of got darker and darker and darker the more I got comfortable experimenting with it. Right now, it's kind of this copper auburn thing. I'm actually gonna wash my hair tomorrow and use a color conditioner that's gonna make it a little bit of a darker auburn. I think I do better with a little bit more contrast just because it frames my face more. I think it makes my face look a little bit more defined, kind of makes the cheekbones pop a bit more. When I have lighter blonde hair, I just feel like it softens my features, not in a good way. So that is originally what sparked the whole blonde to redhead movement. Also, I will say, right before I moved to LA, I went through a breakup, and naturally, that will make a girl want to dye her hair. Also, too, when I had dated this man, anytime I'd kind of bring up the idea of maybe dyeing my hair, he did not like it. So naturally, when we broke up, I had to dye my hair. Was it petty? Yes, but it kind of became my look. Another thing I will say is I am an actor now. I did not move to LA for acting at all. I moved here for dance and then kind of got into acting. But with both dance and acting, when you take headshots, it's kind of a big deal. It's expensive. It's kind of a pain. So every time you change your hair, you need to get headshots that match your hair. So naturally, it's not easy to change a look. Also, if you are trying to build your career out here and build relationships, kind of build your identity out here in LA, it helps to have something that sets you apart or some type of branding. So if you're the girl with luscious brunette hair, you're that girl. So for me, as the redhead, it just kind of became my thing. I also, one of my agents I got out here, she came up to me and said, I don't have anybody that looks like you on my roster. And then she signed me. So that has definitely been a reason why I've been a redhead for 5 years now. Recently, I went back to strawberry blonde to kind of test out if I wanted to go fully blonde. And although my hair person did an amazing job, I just don't think it's for me. I will show some photos so you can see, but I just I don't think it's for me. Uh, I think I like my face with a little bit more contrast, and I've already kind of taken steps to darken it since getting it done. I got it done about 2 months ago. She added some highlights so you can kind of see, but I don't think I'll be going back to blonde anytime soon. Another thing I will say that is so nice about not being blonde is I'm not worried to put my hair up anymore. Before, I remember I used to be so worried about putting my hair up, especially if I hadn't had highlights in like the past couple months or whatever, because when you pull your hair up, you show your roots. So I felt like I looked like a different person. It's like I look like a brunette with my hair back. Now it doesn't matter because my hair is dark anyways, so I can wear it back. Also, another great thing is when I pull my hair back. Like, do you see that? Do you see that? Okay. When I pull it back, it's just not cute. Okay. So what's nice is I can fill it in with like a hairline powder, and that's the nice part about having dark hair is you can just kind of fill in those little sparse spots there. So that's actually a huge reason why I love being red. Also, another reason is I'm not having to put bleach on my hair unless I get highlights and want to add dimension, but it's not like I'm having to bleach my whole head. So that's also a really nice thing. I've done a lot of research in terms of maintaining my red hair. I use at home box dyes, which I know people are going to be like, don't use box dyes. Well, guess what, hun? I'm not going to pay $300 in the salon just for them to do all over red color, which I could already do. So I'm not going to do that. Um, Anyways, I have found some at-home box dye formulas that are ammonia free. Also, if you use demi-permanent instead of permanent, it's a lot less damaging on the hair. So I avoid permanent at all costs. Demi-permanent is definitely the way to go. And yeah, it leaves my hair healthier. I don't know. Seems like a win-win for me. Okay, now we are going to get into pretty much every shade of red I have been. So this will be this is the color my hair was when I first dyed it red. I went to a salon. I asked for strawberry blonde. I got this. And as someone who was coming from a bright blonde, I kind of freaked out because I had never seen my hair that dark ever. And blondes just have such a weird complex about your hair being light that it was just like such a shell shock for me. I hated it. You're supposed to wait, I think, at least 48 hours after getting your hair dyed to wash it. I think I washed it the next day. I really couldn't handle it. And then I started maintaining the color a little bit on my own. I think my biggest complaint with this hair color was that it wasn't obviously red. It was kind of this weird brown, kind of red, kind of blonde. I don't like my hair looking ambiguous. I like it to look like a distinct color. So I started maintaining it on my own. This was right around the time I actually moved. So I got my hair done originally to be like strawberry blonde right before I moved, like a week before, and then I moved here and started kind of maintaining it on my own. So I went through various shades here. I was kind of figuring out how to maintain my hair on my own. I was just using color conditioners, so I had never touched any type of dye on my own. I think I was kind of scared of that, honestly. I think I was just hoping I could ride it out with color conditioner. Color conditioner can do a lot. However, I will say it will react differently on different types of hair. So if you have virgin hair that has never been dyed, it's going to take the color differently than bleached hair or dyed hair. So I learned this later on. But, anyways, I started getting a little out of hand with the color conditioner. I will say it was a little not my best look. Um, I think, we've all heard of blonde blindness, where blondes will be super blonde and they think they're brunette. And it's like, no, hun, you're still blonde. I had redhead blindness. I don't know. Don't ask me. It was a bad time. Okay. So, I just, yeah, I would think that my hair looked brown. So I just kept adding the copper colored conditioner. This copper colored conditioner was very, very orange and I didn't realize it. And it was a bad time. I looked like a cartoon character, which was so not what I was going for. This would be cool if it was what I was going for, but I was going for a natural look. It got really orange, especially like on my ends. So my roots weren't really grabbing the orange as much because it was virgin hair, and then my ends that had been bleached were grabbing it a lot. It was rough. It was rough. So I did that, and yeah, we played around with that. Then I started getting more into Auburn color conditioners. At this point, I wasn't dyeing my hair at all yet at home, so I just was doing color conditioners, hoping for the best. We got a nice little color here. Okay, so the color conditioners really were not cutting it. I had enough. So I decided to box dye it. However, I did not know much about box dye at all. I just went to Ulta, picked up a color that I liked. I didn't know that there was such thing as permanent versus demi-permanent. If I would have known that, I would have acted different. So I dyed it this beautiful color. Was it stunning? Yes. Was it permanent? Yes. I didn't know that. Good thing at the time I loved the color, so I didn't care. But yeah. So that was fun. And then once I dyed it this darker, kind of more scarlet auburn, I got hooked. I got addicted. I just wanted my hair darker and darker and darker. In fact, there was people in my life telling me, dye your hair black. I really thought about it. I'm so glad I didn't because once I got my colors analyzed and done, that would be like the worst hair color on me. That would so clash with my undertones. It would wash me out. I mean, this is a brown leather jacket, and this is my alternative because black just washes me out. It's not a good color on me. So, anyways, I got addicted to having dark hair. I felt like a new person. I felt tough. I felt fierce. So I just went ham. I went ham. And I didn't know how dark was too dark for me. I just was like, I think at this point, I was kind of wanting to see how dark I could get without it looking black, and still being in the red color family. So I just kept going darker and darker and darker. Looking back, not good colors on me. It was too much. I'm fair. I was doing aggressive self tanning, and it was still too dark on me. So then between this time, I got my colors done, and they told me, "Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not your best color." And I was like, but," and they're like, "Yeah, don't do that." So they told me to go lighter, and I did, and I kind of hated it. No shade to my hair person. Love you. You're awesome. I just don't know what I want half the time. So, anyways, I got my hair lighter. I instantly wanted it darker. I naturally have really dark eyebrows. Um, I think it's like, I don't know. I naturally have pretty dark eyebrows, and there's nothing I can do about that. So when my hair is really light, it kind of clashes with it a little bit, I think, especially because my eyebrows are naturally cooler tone. The rest of me is like warm tone, but my eyebrows for some reason are dark and cool tone. Don't know why. So I like the darker hair better because I feel like it looks more cohesive. It ties it together better. Anyways, so I kind of experimented with going lighter and lighter and lighter. Recently, I went strawberry blonde. My hair person did an amazing job. I just don't think it's my best color. So I'm going back to kind of Auburn. You can't tell the best in this video, but I'm going back to Auburn. And I think it will be fun. I just think my features need a little bit more drama. But to conclude, this has been my journey as a fake redhead for 5 years, coming out of being blonde for my whole life. So if you're wondering if you should take the leap, I don't know, why not? You could try it. It's fun. It's fun. I've done it for 5 years and I'm not going back anytime soon. So